destination there, taking all the lint off.
Lint remover. Earl Strickland using the 1 ball and Thorsten on the 5 ball.
It looks like Toasty got that one.
Yeah. This is alternate break format, so you will see both players. Not like one player can just run a package and out the door. So you will see the likes of both players.
And I think I heard you mention that it's a little bit different rule set for the 10 ball here than is being used most places.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They got the, first of all, you don't have to rack the 2 and the 3 in the corners. And I made this announcement during the commentary for the first match, or prior to the first match, that these players are so used to putting the 2 and the 3 in the corners that it's natural now. But they don't have to.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how much pattern racking is being done in 10 ball. I mean, these guys can pretty much get out from anywhere, so as long as it's a reasonable table, they got a good shot at it. I think making the ball and staying at the table is the biggest concern.
2 and a 3. 3 rails around the table, the 1 ball either towards the side pocket. Watch the 2 balls behind the 1 ball go towards the sides if he hits them square. Well, he hit him pretty hard, but yeah, I think he's been working out a little bit. The 2 went right into the side pocket, and it looked like the 3 went into the corner pocket.
Yep,
so Thorsten Hohmann at the table.
Made 2 there. Yeah, Thorsten's in great shape. He's one of the guys, I think, he's similar to Mika. They work very hard in their health as well, really take themselves as a professional athlete, and the physical aspect is a big part of that too.
Yep, and a lot of people are following and doing the same thing, like myself. I'm in great shape. I can eat a pizza pie tomorrow.
I'm right there with you.
Full ball in the upper left-hand corner. You're going to see him draw to the rail and back out. Or maybe he won't even need the rail. Just draw back up a little bit and hold the cue ball. And he needed the rail.
I think it's a little easier to gauge your speed when you're using a rail. You kind of have that mindset of I'm going to go rail plus a foot, rail plus 6 inches, whatever it is. I'd rather hit a little bit extra off the rail than trying to draw straight to a specific point.
Trying to kill the cue ball, yeah. I have to agree with you. You know, let your stroke out, stay loose as a goose. So you're working with John Barton at JB Cases, and I mentioned John's product and that new. How do I have the terminology I want to use? Because, they allow you to design your own case if you wanted to, and they can actually put their craftsmanship into it.
Absolutely. I think of the choices out there, the case customization, John's basically got it sewn up. He will do pretty much anything that is possible, and without sacrificing any of the quality. And for protection, which has always been John's mainstay, you can make a case look as pretty as you want, but the real idea of a case is to protect what's put in there.
Absolutely. But
that's always been the focus.
Not to cut you short. When you start cutting into leather, Thorsten got a little funny here. Let's go back to the match real quick, and we'll get back to that conversation.
Yeah, if he can draw off the rail, he might get a little bit of angle to come back. No.
Funny.
So this is going to be a really tough cut.
It looked tougher. It looked tougher from the straight angle.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, he's okay. So Thorsten Hohmann goes up 1-0 over Mr. Strickland. Getting back to the cases, today when you start carving leather and start putting designs in and doing all this customization, and it's hours and hours of work. So the value of your case now, when you're purchasing it, could be anything. It could be astronomical. You could go into the $1,200, $2,000 range. Now, like you said, the case is made to protect what's in it. But now I want to protect what's in the case and the case. So now they come out with the case. Now they got the traveling cases for the cases, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, I think John's focus has always been on protection. I met John back in the early 90s when he first started his first company, which was In-Stroke Cases, in Germany. I was living in Holland, and he used to come over for tournaments, and I was probably one of his first customers. And for years and years. Every year he just gets better and better and better. And what he's doing right now is just fantastic quality. And you can get the same protection in a case from a couple of $100 up to a couple of thousand.
Right. Earl Strickland looking up at the lights. Maybe the lights moved.
Oh yeah, and that may have affected him on that shot there too. Or because I'm not sure that there's anybody there in his sight line. I did hear from a couple of people that, Darren Appleton actually earlier. He said that the lights may have been a little different this year.
Right. Well, you know what? Earl Strickland, something distracted him. The light might have moved with some kind of wind from the air conditioner or something. Whatever it was, took his focus off the one ball. He missed the one ball.
I've been at all the booths, right? I was talking to Predator, talking to Darren, and checking. I've looked at my watch at 7:15. I'm sure I was playing at 7 o'clock. I fucking got 4:50. I had a really good day.
Well, I was looking at this shot. Don't think it goes in the side here, so.
I'll go to the loser's side, but I'm playing rugby. Yeah, I didn't. There was no announcement. Obviously, me on.
And that's a great safety.
Lost track of time.
Oh, sorry, that was Tossie there. He actually played that off of that ball to cover.
Yeah, I was going to play rugby, but I let him through, and then just focus on the one ball. This is what it is.
Unbelievable.
And Earl got a little unlucky there, catching the backside of it, and that's a scratch. So.
Well, I got news for you, Dave. Darren Appleton is going to be out of this tournament. What had happened was, he's on the winner's side, of course, but Darren was out there with the booths, saying hello, and people in the booths holding him up, and shoot with the spectators, help him promote the game. And Darren was set to play at 7. Well, guess what? He just got into the arena, and he got forfeited. And,
oh wow!
I was just talking to him. He says, I'm going to forfeit my next match also. He said, I'm just going to play in the one pocket. So,
Well, that's
but yet to be seen. Maybe Darren will calm down a little bit. He's a little bit upset. He says, it's my own fault. Nobody's fault but my own. He just lost time.
Well, that's unfortunate when he's basically doing more than he needs to, entertaining people, talking to people, taking the time for the fans.
This place is so huge that you could walk from one booth to the other and walk around. You get, next thing you know, it's a half hour. You're just sitting and talking to people or doing an exhibition on a table.
Absolutely, there's a lot to see. And for any pro that's walking around the area, it's going to take them twice as long because they're going to get stopped almost every 10, 15 feet by somebody wanting to say hi, shake hands.
Absolutely. I seen it. Their autographs and pictures and everything. Well, Darren was just here, and he says, hey, Al, it was my fault. So,
well, Darren,
I just, I'd like to see him play from the B side, and at least participate in it. But, right now he said he's going to forfeit his next match and just concentrate on the one pocket event. Maybe he'll calm down. He just took a walk outside, get some air. So maybe he will come back and decide to play on the B side and go for the win.
well, Darren's a professional. I hope he does stay in it. Like you said, we're all human, so I can see him getting upset about that.
Sure.
But he may change his mind here, so I hope he does. I'd love to see him play.
Me too. Okay, so it looks like Thorsten is keeping control of the helm, so to say, and keeping Earl down in his seat. And that's what you got to do, whether you're Earl and Thorsten is sitting down or Thorsten and Earl. That's your job. Keep them on ice. How'd you like that bounce? That bounce came off real funny, right? It came off fast.
These tables are fast. Those rails are really lively, but it's got pretty good shape there.
Thorsten Hohmann now leads 2-0.
And I think I hear Earl starting to talk.
I think, yeah, he just mentioned that the light was swinging. Or maybe swinging just a little bit and maybe enough to catch him, Earl off guard.
Well, hopefully he can put that out of his mind, focus on what he's got to do here.
There's one of your Canadian players back there.
In the
on
corner?
table. No, right behind this one.
Okay.
I do know his name, but don't ask me right now.
It's a little far away, and he's over the ball, so I can't really see who it is right now.
He travels a lot, brings his family, his wife, and the kids sometimes.
Jason Klatt?
No, that's not Jason.
Oh.
No. He usually travels with Martin Diego.
And he's playing Rodney over there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, big break.
Kick jump shot. Did you notice Thorsten Hohmann's foot when he broke? Man, he lunged right at the table.
Yeah, he was really leaning into that. That was a big break, and that bounce was straight in the side.
You know, I study that in different players. Sometimes I'll get the camera view from behind the break shot and just see some players just use their arm and a little bit of their back without even lunging, and some players lunge at the ball.
I think the bigger breakers seem to really get their hips into it.
Timing has to be right, though.
The timing has to be right because you're kind of stepping up on the shot. My break is probably one of the biggest things that I need to work on for my game. It used to be a lot better than it was, but there's definitely a lot of technique that goes into making it happen. And Earl's still enjoying that big cue there, huh?
Well, it's shorter than the original 70 inches. It's shorter than that. I think he wanted to push the 7 just a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit more space.
Watch that side pocket, Mr. Strickland. He's okay. It's amazing how fast he shoots. He practices daily, and I'm talking for hours, on a triple shim tight table at Steinway Billiards. You can see the shirt he's wearing. I just got a text message. Of course, I knew it was coming from the most incredible guy on earth. Earl's Q is 64 inches now.
Okay.
Earl Strickland's #1 fan, and of course a student of Earl Strickland. Jared Arasamina, great jazz saxophone player and singer.
Okay.
Check him out. He'll be here this weekend. He's coming in.
Well, it's another person I'll have to put on my list to hopefully
he's a
see.
great guy.
Well, O's looking pretty good here, floating down for that 8.
Notice his tempo as he starts to get familiar with the speed of the cue ball and the table. It's nonstop. Like, he could run away if it was win a break. Well, this he's going to get safe down. Well, not safe.
He wanted to be above that for sure.
I thought he was going to marry it up, but he's close to his work, that's for sure. I thought he was going to get jammed up behind the rail in the cue ball. I mean, the 9 ball.
He doesn't like it, and it's tough to play safe from here, so. And, oh, he got lucky there.
Well, you think so?
Well, I
it
think
depends on the outcome of this shot, right? Yeah, you heard me say that before? It depends on the outcome of this shot. We'll see how lucky he got.
It does. Tosi can obviously see part of that ball there, but it's not like he's got an easy shot on it.
He might be looking to bank this 9 cross side. If not, he's going to play the 9 ball behind the 10 ball on the lower part of the 10 ball and just leave the cue ball way up table. If he can't bank it.
He went for the bank?
Yeah.
Oh.
Second life for Mr. Strickland.
Looks like he doesn't like the noise.
He's looking for earplugs. Earl's frustrated with himself. He's a little bit out of tune with the speed of this cue ball and the table itself. But he's not fooling nobody as the 10 ball splits the jaws of the upper right-hand corner. He still trails by 1. It's 2-1 right now. We're racing to 10.
So do you like the format that we seem to be using at most events now with the alternate break?
From a spectator's point of view, yes. As an excitement for myself personally, no.
Okay.
I like to see packages getting hit.
Yeah, and Earl was definitely one of the greats as far as that goes.
Notice the 2 and the 3 are not on the corners.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the balls that are going to go towards those side pockets. 9 ball's going to go 3 rails around, and the 6 ball 3 rails around, depending on how Earl hits these. He's the first one to tell you his break is horrible.
And it looks like Earl didn't grab a break cue there. I'm sure he has one, but he's breaking with his playing cue.
3 ball right into the side, 2 ball found in the corner, the 6 ball found in the corner, the 1 ball is going to hang in the jaws down there. Earl Strickland's still up at the table.
I think he's going to like that.
That's one of those funny shots for everybody.
Well, it's that deep in the pocket. Yeah, they can come off a little funny sometimes.
Yeah, when the object ball's that close to the rail, sometimes we take it for granted and you hit it and all of a sudden the cue ball dies right there and you're like, what did I do?
And a lot of people will hit that with a lot of follow, and
Oh, that you stick it to the rail.
that will stick it to the rail, exactly. Oh, and he missed that one, but where's he going here? That's a...
Without call shot, call safety, this shot right here, the two-way shot we call it, comes into effect. So Earl playing sort of a two-way shot. Good speed.
Well, he's got 2 solid blockers there. Looks like he's kicking.
Yeah, he's looking to kick and leave the cue ball up by the 9 and bring the 4 down. Well, you hit the 9.
That's unfortunate. So Earl can definitely make this ball, but get in shape on the 5. He may choose just to draw back and take the little longer shot.
Yeah, he's got a short window to play with. That's what he's going to do. Exactly what he's going to do.
Nicely puts the 5 down. I think he's looking good here. Maybe just a little bit wrong side of that 8 ball. So
Look
he
at all
might,
the tape on the butt of that cue. Sorry.
I know he must do that. I guess he likes that little thicker feel there, and I can see that especially if you've got larger hands. It's nicely done.
And just like that, the Pearl ties it up at 2 apiece.
And it looks like he's a little calmer. I think he settled a little bit there too.
I'm sorry, David, I didn't catch that somebody was asking a question behind us.
Get some words out to your sponsors here.
Absolutely, because without everybody getting involved, this wouldn't be possible at all. Thorsten Hohmann, let's stay behind him. Watch this lunge. And he kicks. He kicks his foot up way in the air. See it?
I do.
Again, the cue ball kicked around the table. We couldn't see if he made that on the other table that we're using for the live stream. They're breaking the opposite way so we can actually catch the break.
Oh, I think he rushed that a little bit.
He's so used to playing on a triple shim table that this looks so easy to him. I'm telling you. And he took it for granted. Now he practices on a triple shim Brunswick. Okay? But when you're shooting in a diamond and you hit the points like that, and Earl knows it just as well as anybody else, that ball is not going to drop.
I think these diamonds have a little deeper shelf as well
They sure do.
than the Brunswicks do.
They do. These are the same tables they used at the Derby City Classic, by the way.
So Thorsten looks like he's thinking about the masse here. Oh, and he got a lot on that. That's because he shot it soft. And Earl's definitely quieting down a little bit, and this is when he's an absolute joy to watch play. He is such a fantastic player when he's focused, when he's just flowing. Things are kind of going his way. He is fantastic.
I'll tell you what, you know, he does have his times. We all know it. You know, he can self-destruct. He'll be the first one to tell you. But he is one of the nicest guys you want to meet off the table. You get on that table with him or anywhere in that vicinity, he is a serious, serious man. And he's such a perfectionist that he can throw himself, you know, if he gets bad on position or so, throw himself right out of the game. You know, it's sort of watching somebody self-destruct, and I can tell you right now, he's such a hell of a nice guy.
Well, he is definitely one of the most passionate people about the game. I don't know if for anybody out there that hasn't seen the documentary that was done about him, it's kind of a must-watch. You will get a different insight into Earl and
Yes.
as to why he is the way he is.
Yep.
Very, very passionate about everything. Always has been.
And now takes the lead, 3-2. Earl Strickland. The titles, he's got 5-time world champion, 5-time U.S. Open champion. Shane Van Boening right behind him with 4 U.S. Open championships. You know, they don't get these titles because they can't put a ball in the hole.
Nope. And I think it's just going to get tougher to get that many as well. So things that are now in the record book is going to stay there for a long time.
You know, some of the up-and-coming players, when they see Earl Strickland and don't know what Earl Strickland accomplished, and they just see, you know, sometimes when he might be in a heated argument or something at the table, you know, they think like, wow, what are you watching, a circus here, a clown, you know, something like that, but they don't know his background. And like you said, it's good to watch that documentary. It's very good.
Yeah, he's a very passionate guy, so I think it opens your eyes and gives you a little better understanding into him.
I think Barry Hearn did that one, didn't he, from Matchroom?
Not sure, but it definitely
I
sounds
think
like
so.
it could have been, yeah.
I think so. Now let's watch Earl break. If you happen to watch an AccuStats Make It Happen event, Earl was down like a ninja. He literally was down like a ninja. With his neck was even with the rail of the table. I mean, he was all the way down, and he was making a ball.
Wow.
And of course, when I say that, I got to put the black cat on him, of course.
I don't think he really hit him bad. That's just the way it goes sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah.
you hit him good and there's nothing drops. And that's a good containing safety. Earl has a good chance to hit the one, but it doesn't really go anywhere.
He's going to roll up behind the 9.
Oh, he went the other way.
Rolled up behind the 10 ball. Got him that way.
So I'm looking for Thorsten to go off the bottom rail here.
If he's going off the bottom, I'd like to see him play 2 rails. You know, just get by that 6 and catch the long rail before the 1. He's going off
Oh,
the
he's
short.
going straight. Okay.
Going to spin it a little bit. Notice the cue ball.
Yeah. And that's really important on the safeties. You can't always get both the ball and the object ball covered, so sometimes it's best to focus on one or the other.
Yeah. Definitely a good practice. Don't only practice to kick and hit it. Practice to kick and play safe. Big part of the game.
And that's one of the things a lot of the Filipinos do very well. And from talking to various ones over the years, it seems that they will very often on the kick aim to be kicking to hit one side or the other of the ball to get that little bit of extra roll out of there to get either one or the other balls covered.
Do you like slow rolling this? Just nudging the 1? I don't like busting it out of there.
Well, if you bust it out, you're changing the entire lay of the table. Rolling up is, you're not going to leave anything really tough for your opponent here. That worked out pretty good, though. Unless Earl kind of jacks up and tries to draw back on it, he's having a...
Watch the 1 doesn't deflect off the 4 into the side pocket.
That's a great safety there.
I like it.
It's tight. He's having to go 1 rail, and now that 6 ball is becoming a really big ball. That's a tight window to hit the 1 there. And that's a great return as well.
The speed.
And he hit the right side of the ball as well. It's a great shot.
Yeah, causing separation. That's all good practice. You know, that's such a big part of the game. You know, many years ago they played push out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And now kick safe became like you got to have it. If you don't practice it, just like you practice pool. Earl's not happy with it. He must have left the window. Or a jump shot. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, Thorsten might be able to
He's going to the
hop
air.
it through a little bit.
Yeah, maybe just jump over part of the 8 ball for clearance.
Well, it sounds like he might be getting his jump cue out there.
Yep. He's jumping over the 8 and 10 here.
Anytime you're going airborne, those shots, even the ones that look easy, are not really easy.
I tell you, I've seen some magnificent players that can jump, draw, jump, follow. Through the years, that would maybe disagree with you, you know?
Well, if you're talking about great jumpers, the man that's at the table right now is one of those. There used to be a bunch of tapes years back that Bob Miucci put out when Earl was one of his players.
Yep.
Pool school, power pool, and there was a trick shot tape, and you got to see this gentleman basically jump full cue,
Yeah.
and draw back the length of the table. A little straight on that.
Well, he's against the rail. He's got a little bit of an angle.
Just enough for what he needed.
Yeah.
I thought the 7 was closer to the rail.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to looking at the monitor, so I might have a little bit of advantage on you.
This is the first time for me. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well,
It's
in the
pretty
in
clear
the
now.
booth
I mean,
anyway.
this is really clear, and but only going to get better too.
Technology is definitely getting better, and
Yeah.
it's fantastic that we have this available now.
Earl Strickland now takes the lead by 2. Leads 4-2. We're going into rack number 7. I can tell you what, if this match keeps going at the tempo it's going, we were behind on the session slot because of the Hill match between Tom Kennedy and Oscar Dominguez. If this match keeps going at the tempo it's going, it'll put us right back in the time slot. We'll be okay.
Just what I was thinking, absolutely. And it's liable to happen. I mean, both these players are solid. You know, if the table is fairly open, they're not going to take a lot of time thinking about it. They're just going to get down and do their job, especially with Earl. And you may see him speed up more and more as the match goes on, especially if he gets ahead.
Watch the foot. Noticed he's breaking from the opposite side of the table now, too, a little bit. He moved.
He hit those good. Parked Whitey right in the middle there. Is he dry?
Yeah, he's dry. And not only that, the cluster right at the break spot. And look at the 2-9. I mean, is there a reward there? Can Earl go squeeze the rock between the 2-9 and bend the cushion? He might have to. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he says he can.
Across and across again. Well, he's definitely given himself the biggest window to see the most of that 2-ball there now. And that's clean.
Absolutely. I never doubted Earl.
You never know what's going to happen if you go into that many balls there. And that's where luck comes into it a little bit as well.
Well, you know, you're not really supposed to do that and send everything and rearrange the furniture that much. You know, Earl knows it. Unless you know exactly where the balls are going to be going.
Well, they say that, you know, you don't really want to be running into anything, and if you know exactly where it's going, that's one thing.
Right.
But when you got 2 or 3 together and you have to open them up, you're kind of trusting the chance a little bit.
Well,
I mean, sometimes you don't have a
Thorsten
choice.
playing a straight pull that he does, you know, I've seen him rearrange furniture and, you know, be a mechanic and get in and out of the racks and straight pull events. He knows where those balls are going. But like you said, it depends on the velocity of the speed, too. You know, it's so hard to calculate and fine-tune yourself into where the 7 was going to go, where the 6 is going to go, and the 4, and the cue ball, nevertheless. Very difficult.
And if he knew he was leaving the
somebody
cue
just
ball
bumped our
there,
camera. It's on the other side of the wall.
I was just saying, if he knew that the cue ball was staying there, then that's fantastic speed on that safety.
You're talking about a jump cue coming out. I believe this is a Steve Lomax jump cue, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Wait a minute, maybe he did change up. He might have changed up. That still might be a Steve, though. Can't really tell.
Well, Steve is here. Maybe we can go ask him afterwards.
He sure is. If it's not, I know Earl was shooting with a Lomax jump cue. Don't have to like this. The speed of the cue ball. The 8 ball grows about 8 feet wide.
I don't think he's going to mind that, considering what he was shooting at. And this is where it's great to watch guys like Thorsten here, where, you know, he got put in a situation where obviously he's not happy, where there was a little bit of luck involved in coming to the table with this, but he's not getting upset. He's staying calm. He's looking at this subjectively. He's figuring out what he has as options, because he knows all he can do is deal with what he's got to shoot at.
I don't know about you guys out there in the listening audience, but I like Dave.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
going to try to throw a hook at him every once in a while and get him hooked in there. I appreciate it, Dave.
Oh, no problem. I love it.
Well, 4 balls makeable. Position on the 5. Whether he wants to play to the left side of the table or go down table, he's going to decide now.
It's tough to see from this angle how much room he's got around between the 9 and the 5 there.
Right.
So I can't tell if he's really got a better choice on the bottom rail or if he wants to be on the long rail here.
From here, it looks like he's going to go rail first. This shot doesn't have to come out right because that rail first shot off that 5 is going to put you towards the 7 ball, unless he's just going to just basically feather the 5 ball in the pocket. Oh, he hit it good.
Oh, he hit it really good. And held off the 6 there, yeah.
Well, he's going to be doing some traveling here, unless he's going to play safe behind the 7 and just bring the cue ball up table. He's going to travel. He wants to stay here.
Well, he likes to go around the world, and he's always been good at it.
Such a great shooter, right? Amazing. It's such a pleasure to watch him when he's practicing on that triple. I keep mentioning that triple shim table because numerous times, and I'm talking multiple times, I streamed out of Steinway Billiards, and Earl would be there early in the morning for hours. I mean, just before anybody else come in. And what he's doing is he's practicing on a triple shim table, and he's not using the side pockets. He's not pocketing any balls in the side pockets. He's just using the 4 corners. He's getting ready to get involved with a match between him and Darren Appleton, and I'll throw that graphic up on your screen.
For the this is the 4-pocket table we're talking about,
Yeah,
right?
we will be streaming that.
Okay.
Where did I put that graphic? Let's
Well,
see.
Earl's been saying for years that that's something that he wanted to do. He wanted to shoot on a 4-pocket table, and so we're going to be fortunate enough to see exactly what that looks like.
May 6th, 7th, and 8th, we'll be coming to you live out of the Kings of Billiards in Akron, Ohio. But Earl says, hey, Al, forget about that match. Let's get done with this match. So we're going to get right back to Earl. Yeah, it's going to be a first time. First time. You know, Earl repeatedly said to people, you know what's wrong with this game? It's too easy. You got to make it harder to get people interested. Take away these side pockets. Well, now he's got to back all that up now. Playing Darren Appleton, I'll tell you what, Darren's been practicing just using the 4 pockets. We're in for a match. $10,000 guaranteed.
I think Earl might be forgetting that the game's not as easy for most of us as it is for him. So.
You're right. He makes it look so easy.
I love Thorsten's technique, his tempo. He's very methodical. He's very good. I watched a video that he posted a while back, which he took with his GoPro camera, which is showing.
That was on his head?
Yeah, it's on his head,
Yeah.
so he's down behind every shot, and he was shooting some practice drills, and you get to really see what he's seeing, and you get a good look at where he's aiming on the ball.
Good point of view, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Speed counts.
And he overran that just a little there. Well, he's in trouble now.
He took a look at the side pocket like, to say, I'm going to cut it in the side. I don't like that shot. I like playing the cue ball off the 4 with a little bit of draw and bringing the cue ball back down around the 7 area, and duck the 4 up table. But let's see what Thorsten has in mind.
Well, he is going for that cut by the look of it. And he got it.
He sure did. And position.
Perfect shape there on the 5, yeah. So he's back in line now, and the only other difficulty is the 9.
And that's crucial for you up-and-coming players that are watching. Very crucial. You get out of line, try to get back in line as soon as possible, or when feasible. And you noticed it right there from a champion. He got right back in line, and now he's got a little close to the 7 ball.
So it looks like the side is his best option there, but that means he's taking the cue ball kind of towards that corner pocket. So he's probably going to try and draw down to the bottom rail. The 8 is, with his skill, makeable from pretty much anywhere. But as I said, getting to the 9 is a tough
Right.
point anyway. So
Well, I believe he has the window to make the 9 ball. Take a look at it. He's got a little room in there. In other words, where the cue ball is right now, he can make the 9 ball, or a little bit lower towards the 9. He'll be okay.
well, where he's got the cue ball right now is a perfect spot if he could get back there again for playing that 9.
Keep an eye on the cue ball, because if you want him to play it right back to the same spot, he might just plant it there.
And that line looks pretty close. He's closer to the work, so that's even better. That's a fantastic shot.
Yep. Now, do you go try to spin his 3 rails back out, or you just go back and forth and get on top of the 10, or stay below it?
Personally, I think I try and draw past the 10, come in the short side, but that's just me. I think it looks like he's going forward.
Yeah, he's going to play the 3 rails. Oh, he's playing below the 10 and playing in a longer pocket. Got to be careful.
And that's dangerous, going that close there.
Hey, Paul. Paul. Do you have any peppermints or anything? Peppermint? Anything like a lozenge or anything?
Oh, and he rattled that one.
Well, you know, he got a little out of shape there. I'm going to say Earl's going to make this. Did he make it?
He did. I'm not taking your bet on
I
that
got
one.
lucky. 6-2, Mr. Strickland over Thorsten Hohmann.
And that's quite a big lead, actually, considering the alternate break format. So, Earl is definitely going to be happy right now.
I wouldn't want to give Earl 4 games on the wire.
In a race to 10?
Not in a race to 10. In a race to 10, I got him locked. In a race to 10, I'll definitely take him for everything he's got. But from here, 4 games on 8.
Oh, wow.
You know, I wouldn't rob Earl. I'd give him his money back. That's the type of guy I am.
You're a nice guy, Al.
Yeah. In fact, I don't even want to bet him.
Well, we'll see if Thorsten can stay focused and get back in this here.
Man,
Big break, and again, looks like we are dry.
maybe he's got to think about tuning it down just a little bit.
You know, you may be right. A lot of people don't consider that, but a lot of the time, people are breaking too hard. And, you know, if you let up a little bit, you may find that you're making one again. I guess you can see just the edge of it.
Well, he can roll out. You know, he can roll out to a kick shot or whatever he feels comfortable. He knows that. I guess he's seeing right through that 7-8. From here, it looks like he has to turn the cue ball into a rubber snake to get through there.
Well, he might be able to do it.
Yeah, I guess. There he goes. Bank the 1 towards the center of the table. Oh, he had more than enough. I think he got a little fortunate there. Yeah, I mean, Thorsten can hit the 1 ball, but not pocket it. So right now, he got a little fortunate.
And I don't think he can hit it thin enough to get it past the 4 ball there.
Is he going to spin the cue ball to the 5-6 down that way?
I guess you kind of have to come down table on it, yeah.
That's where he put his stick. A lot of times a pool player will put his stick on the table, and that's kind of a sign where he wants to put his cue ball or the object ball.
And the reason that most of us do that people are not realizing is that a big part of making a shot is having the mental visualization to be able to get where you want to get. So it's just kind of a reinforcement as to that's where I want to be, and you're kind of going over the process of making the shot in your mind, and that
Right.
helps the outcome.
Yep. Has nothing to do with whether you get a roll or not, and you're just letting your opponent know where you want to put the cue ball. It's exactly what Dave said. There's John. Just touch that white button, number 3. Just touch there, that one right there. Here he is, the man himself, folks. Here he is. Going to give you a quick view of him because he's so beat right now. John Barton on the end. JB Cases.
This is the best thing about the Upstate Al show right now for me.
Cushion seating.
The chair.
Wow.
That's a great shot.
Oh, wow.
A little unlucky to be that close there to the 5. I guess he's just safing up here. Yeah.
Hey, John, let me ask you a question. I say ask because this is getting a little funny now with all the different cases that come out. And I know you make a jam-up case. Somebody says, hey, John, they give you a design, they send it into you. Now you or your wife start carving and getting in the leather work, and next thing you know, the case is $2,500, which in nowadays sometimes is cheap, right? For workmanship like that.
That's kind of the upper end of our.
Is that the upper end?
Yeah, I mean, we can make cases that are more expensive than that, but I don't know what I would put into it.
Okay.
Rubies, diamonds.
Anyway, neither nor there. What I'm saying is the value of the case, right? The value of the case is to protect the cue that's in the case.
That's right.
Now, are you going to come out with a case to protect the case that's protecting
We
the
actually
cue?
have it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we actually make a travel case.
Oh, I didn't
for
know
the-
you made one.
Yeah, yeah.
And where can people find that?
Well, on my website and
The web address?
is jbcases.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We have actually made single cases for people to carry their case in just normally around the pool, not like traveling from state to state, just from their house to the pool room. They literally put it in a case, get to the pool room, and take it out of that case to display it.
Right. Exactly. I don't know where it's going to end. You know, if somebody starts doing custom cases to protect the custom case, we might need another case.
That is a good point. That actually is a good point because cases have become a collectible genre. You know, especially the higher end stuff. You know, a lot of the stuff that Jack makes, for example, Jack Justice, is essentially instantly collectible.
You know, I talked to I was over at the Justice booth, and he's been retiring every time I see him. He says, as soon as I get rid of my stock, I'm going to retire.
He milks that retirement like
Doesn't
nobody
he?
else.
He said, ever since I said I was going to retire, I got more busy than at my busiest times.
Oh, he does. He
Yeah.
does. Every time he says he retires, it's like a gold rush. It's like people. No, it's great. But yeah, custom cases. I mean, Al, you know, there's so many good brands out there that it's been like a golden age, so to speak, of custom casework. There's last time I counted, you know, about maybe 60 custom case makers in the world, which is not a lot compared to like 700 cue makers.
Right.
And that 700 number is a low number for cue makers. But what's great is that there's a lot of art in cue cases now, you know. So for consumers, you know, out there who are looking for cases that kind of match the level of cues, that has really been a great time the past 5 or 6 years with all these great case makers coming out and doing some good art.
Right.
And
well,
building better cases, by the way. You know, it's not. I'd like to think.
Well, you don't be so modest because your work is really exquisite. I had a chance to go on the website and look at a lot of the cases, and I do follow your videos. whether you're going bonkers or not. I say bonkers in a nice way. Um, but what I want to get to is you have such beautiful cases right here on premises at the Super Billiards Expo. What booth number are you in so that these folks that are coming down and can see some of your work?
We don't talk in booth numbers. It's JB cases.
He doesn't know his own booth
No,
number.
no,
He's so
I know
busy.
the booth number.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's 166.
Oh, he does know. I'm sorry.
There's like 4 of them together, but anyway,
Oh, okay.
166.
Let's go to
but-
166 and look for JB cases.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we just tell people look for the sign.
Right.
We built a big castle here.
You can't miss him, believe me when I tell you. Who just won that?
Earl just got that one, yeah.
Wow, Earl takes the lead, 7-2.
What happened there, David? Because we were kind of watching because Earl was hooked.
I was trying to pay attention there, but
You couldn't?
well, he just didn't seem too happy on the last 2 shots there, but he got a little bit out of line on one, but
Earl is the only guy that can run out and complain about his run out.
Yeah, because he's such a perfectionist. If he gets it out of line a little bit where you didn't want to be, he can self-destruct.
Earl is one of the players back in 91 or 92 they played in Germany that really inspired me.
yeah.
And so I always wanted to play like him. And unfortunately for me, the closest I ever got to him was behaving like him.
Yeah, and I think John's referring to some of the antics when he was younger. As far as what Earl used to get up to, he used to get upset quite a bit, and sometimes that was pretty explosive.
I do have a story though about Earl. I was watching him play. I don't remember who he was playing in the World Championships in Germany, but I remember this was back when they had VHS, so I had it on VHS.
Right.
And the commentator says, "Well, Earl walks up to the table. He's broke, and he walked up to the table, and there's traffic everywhere. There's no open pocket for the 1 ball." And he walks up to the table and he just whacks the one a bank and in between traffic. I mean, there was balls everywhere. He didn't go down and measure it, didn't do anything. Well, the commentator said, Earl placed the chalk where he wants to bank it to on the one. So I thought, well, that's pretty cool because at that time I didn't know that was not, or you're not allowed to mark the table even with chalk. And I thought that's a good idea. So I rewound the tape to see when he did it. The chalk never moved for the 3 games previous to Earl's shot. He literally walked up to the table cold after the break, mad about the layout, and shot an incredible off-angle bank through traffic and to make it and run out.
He's such a natural player. It's scary. He's such a natural player. It's really scary. He's fun to watch. And you know something? If you want to take lessons, look at the back of the shirt. It's Steinway Billiards. That's where Earl gives lessons. And if you ever want to see somebody that really gets into full detail, examining your stance, your stroke, everything, Earl's on one knee looking at you, and he's studying your body. And it's like $75 an hour, minimum of
That's
2
cheap
hours.
for a world champion.
You're not kidding. And he's pretty well booked up. But if you do want to try to get a date with Earl for some lessons, get in touch with
Look at this.
Steinway Billiards.
Yeah, that's
Nice
beautiful.
shot.
Look how he held up that ball right there. That's a shot viewers can learn from right there.
Yeah.
It's deceptively simple though, so you actually have to get up and practice it to learn the stroke for that, to check the cue ball off the second rail like that.
Right. Right.
And that's a lot of a lot of players don't actually take the time to really practice setting up the same safety and playing those type of safeties. They actually come up a lot more than you would think. That kind of a shot drawing just off the side rail and down again.
Whether you're hitting it with a little bit of reverse or, just to kill the cue ball to keep it behind the 6 or not. It takes practice. We were just talking about that, John, prior to you getting in the booth. And safety, like a safety game, is such a big part of the game. Not only safety, but kick safeties.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It became such a big part of the game. And the Filipinos all started that when they came in.
And Thorsten's going to try to curve this. He's going to go
Yeah.
in, compress the rail, and try to curve this in. This is going to be a good shot if it goes. It's tough because he's kind of jump curving it.
This is what we call the banana shot. Oh, and he was
Wow.
close.
Wow.
Yeah, that shows you how good the safe was from Earl. That it left no easy path at all right there.
Well, I tell you, you have to go out on a limb here. 5-time world champion, 5-time U.S. Open champion. You got to go on a limb and say he's going to get out. I don't think anybody would bet against him from here. So the score's probably going to change in a couple of seconds because it doesn't take him that long to set up and shoot. Earl would like to implement the 15-second shot clock in this game. He already took the side pockets away. He's going to be challenging Darren Appleton in a $10,000 guaranteed match in Ohio coming up.
That is going to be an interesting match. Al, I wanted to ask you on a clarification on that match.
Yeah.
So
I don't know all the speculations involved with it, but if I can answer it, I will.
So the races.
Yes, it's going to be a final race to 11, or is it 13? It's going to be either a final race to 11 or 10 if it's a tie. In other words, if they go 5-5, the final race will be.
So it's actually races to 9, and then it's the first one who gets to 5 sets to 9 wins the match.
That's another question. We can find that out though.
Yeah, I was wondering. It's like
No,
it's
it's
races to races or races. It's a race of races.
Well, Thorsten's about to break, and I'm just going to take a look because now you got me curious. You know, they send me these.
Well, I mean, you know, the $10,000 number is a nice number to be playing for.
Sure.
And but it seems like they've set it up where there's going to be an awful lot of pool being played, which is good. You know, that's what we want to see.
You know who can answer that right away for you? Is Chad Bowling at the Kings of Vapor booth.
Oh, okay.
Because it's going to be in his pool room at the Kings of Billiards in Akron. Okay, 10 ball, race to 9. No, it's a race to 9.
A single race to 9.
It's a race to 9, yes. Best of 10 sets.
Now, see, that's what got me. Best of 10 sets.
Well, it's 10 ball races to 9. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. This could be going late and long if this is the way I'm reading it.
Yeah, because it sounds like they're going to be racing to 9, and then you've got to win
6 sets.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yep, that's probably exactly what it is. I mean, all three of us couldn't be wrong. But I'll confirm
I hope you got
that.
a comfortable chair, Al, when you go do that match.
Well, there's nothing like as comfortable as being at home in your own chair, but
I would take your
sure.
chair from home.
And you might want to take a change of clothes with you, too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I'm going to be on location 2 days earlier prior to getting out there. We're setting up all lighting and everything. So we're definitely going to take a change of clothes, at least for the first
This
day.
is really nice. See how he drifted up here so he can get an angle so he can just come
across
down
table.
nice. Come around real nice, and he's got it in the side. That looks good. He doesn't want to go too far here, 'cause I guess he's going to bump
He's going to
into
bump the 9, I think, for the 8. Yeah.
No, he might not. He might just come around. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, he's going to bump it. This guy is, you know, if just not for his mental stuff going on, he's so
accomplished,
beautiful
though,
to
John.
watch.
He accomplished
Oh yeah,
so much,
of course,
you know?
of course. And it's just so beautiful to watch the way he goes about it, the power that he brings to the game.
It makes me sick.
And that's a shot that he plays
Makes it
so
look-
well.
He makes
Yeah.
it look too easy.
Look at that shot right there, for example.
Just
Most of us
right
are
across,
afraid of the
yep.
sides.
Right.
He knows exactly where he's going, runs it 2 rails right across the side. I shoot that shot. I somehow intentionally give it too much draw or too much follow, and I'm 2 rails up in the corner, or I draw it right into the side.
Yeah.
He's dead perfect, dead straight on a bead right across the table and back.
Well, you got to get up early in the morning and go to your local pool room and practice like he does for 4 or 5, sometimes 6 hours a day.
Oh, let's not do that.
Yeah. That's what he does. Earl on the hill, 9-2. I just want to flash John's logo right across the screen because that's the way we roll. JB Cases,
Wow, that came out
baby.
nice.
JBcases.com. Check
I like
them
how
out.
big that is.
Yeah, we get you out there, Lodge.
Well, Tosti's going to get a chance to try and run this one, but that's a big lead that Earl's got on him right now.
Yeah, with this format,
What's the score?
alternate format, 9-2. Earl's on the
He's
hill.
on the hill.
Not impossible, don't get me wrong. Definitely not impossible, but
With the alternate break, it becomes really tough to
yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
You got to be playing top-notch safes and
What do you mean? The rack they're using? Or
alternate break.
Alternate.
Oh,
break.
alternate breaks. Okay. I thought you said ultimate.
Oh no, sorry.
Oh, yeah, you might have heard that from me.
Canadian accent.
I can tell you one thing in this match right now. You're never going to see Earl break again in this match. Can we agree on that?
We can agree on that. No, it's alternate breaks. So if Thorsten wins,
Oh, that's right. We will see Earl break.
Yeah.
Well, we should have had money on that one, John.
Oh, gee whiz. All I said, can we agree on it? Boy, good thing I didn't have a coffee on the line. I would have just lost 2 coffees.
Oh, here
I'm tired, guys.
I got like 16 barrels of Czechio to bet.
Yeah. Enjoy it. Czechio's the hottest thing going.
Oh, so look at this. He hooked himself right here with that. I don't think Toasty's having a very good match here. He's going to try Masse again. Opposite jump? What is he doing?
Going maybe to the rail.
Oh, okay. Well, look at this. This might turn out.
He might, if he doesn't get too big of a bounce. Oh,
look
wow.
at that. Oh, that's going to set Earl off.
That's a great shot.
It was.
You don't slam this, you slow roll, right?
Man, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you want to create and leave the traffic there, but looks like the cue ball can deflect off the 2 into the 3 and make the 9 here. You just got to watch you don't go in a drink with it.
Well, again, though, you're moving a lot of balls there.
Oh, he's got the 3-rail
I don't
stick
know if he,
save.
I don't know.
He's
I was
got
gonna
the
say, I don't
3-rail
think he
stick
can
save.
cut
He
this.
does. He does. And I like that better.
Yeah.
He can't cut this.
Stick to rock.
I
If
think
he can.
I think Al meant coming thin off the side of the 2 there.
Right,
Yeah, he
playing
can't,
the
can't go
carry.
that way either, unless he goes to the 3 first.
That's what he was talking about. Yeah.
Oh, look at him roll into it. Oof.
Nice safety.
This is a good little safety battle here.
Well, we got the 5 and the 7 tied up.
That was, as I was going to say, it looked like a double hit to me.
He's the first one to say it's a foul.
And again, like you said, he's hardened himself, so it's not the type of thing that he wouldn't admit to. And that's a nice side of it.
Earl is an honorable person.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, yeah, you know. Ralph Souquet did tell me a nice story about Earl. Well, not a super nice story, but it was an interesting, it was a funny story.
I like that.
Well, no, you
Happy
know, 'cause, I
medium.
mean, all the players know that it's tough to play Earl. They know just because they don't know
Yes.
what's going to happen. Is he going to be quiet? Is he going to
Yes.
you know be moody? What's up? So Ralph's playing Earl in the Challenge of Champions, and in the Challenge of Champions, the way they had it set up at that time, the stools or the seats for the players were about 15 feet away from the table. You know, it's a good walk. You know, it's like you used up half of your time to get to the table.
Right.
Half your shot clock time. So Earl is shooting with his back to Ralph. Earl is shooting with his back to Ralph, and Ralph is, as we all know, sits in his chair, motionless all the time. You know, he's a consummate professional when it comes to that.
Oh, yeah,
And
absolutely.
Earl says, while he's facing away from Ralph and shooting, says, "Quit moving, Ralph." Ralph Souquet told me that when they were playing in the Challenge
That's
of
beautiful.
Champions.
You know, that's such a keeper, man. Hey, John, I hate to say goodbye to you, but your wife was peeking through that door. I think she needs you.
Man, the only time she really needs me is when I'm here sitting in this comfortable chair taking a break.
Well, sorry
Thank
to
you very
see
much
you go,
for the
man,
time.
but we'd love to have you. Anytime you got some time, you step on back.
Very good. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, John. Make sure to check out JB Cases, guys. You're coming down to Super Billiards Expo.
Yeah, anybody that's here that's coming down, please do come see us. It'll be worth your while. And that's an uncharacteristic miss there for Toasty. It didn't look that tough for him in the side. Hasn't left.
I think
Too
he's,
easy.
you know, I don't think he's happy with his game. Ever since he got out of shape, coming off that short rail shot, sort of what Mika did. You know, he wasn't shooting his full speed.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be the cue ball or not, I don't know, but just hasn't been shooting his game.
And this is a tough shot to shoot. I mean, it's a big distance here. I like following, but it looked like he was thinking about jacking up there. Oh, he hit that well.
It's amazing how you can spear a ball that far away from you and just hold a rock. The best one I see do it now in our days is Jason Shaw. Meek is still capable of doing it, Thorsten, but Jason Shaw, eagle-eyed, I call him, and not only shoot those long shots, but just get up there and shoot them like they're butter.
Well, Jason's a fantastic player, and he's another guy who's pretty quick on the table as far as his pace goes.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I did a match between Luke Salvas.
That's a good shot.
You know Luke. Machine
Yes,
Gun
and
Luke,
yes,
you're
and
from
he's
Canada.
pretty quick too. Yeah.
I did a match between him and Jason, and you couldn't get a word in. You could just forget it. You might as well just sit back and enjoy it. Thorsten Hohmann gets a word in. He has a beat, 9-3. Yeah, I did that match, and I was like, wow. I was just, okay, let's just watch.
And he had a couple of good shots there in that rack too to actually take that. Like I said, he's still got a big deficit to overcome here. But it'd be great to see it happen. At least come
Well,
back a little closer.
This is the only way you can do it is to crawl up, and especially win a game when it was Earl's break, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to break serve on these
Yeah.
in this format. Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, I don't know if you saw that Thorsten there, he kind of twisted the ball and set it back against the rail. He's actually lining up for placing that ball in the exact same spot that he places it every time. And that's another dry break for him. He's had quite a few this match.
Well, 10 ball is like that, you know. There are players that break this 10 ball rack probably the best in the world that I think is Shane Van Boning.
Absolutely. He's got that nailed.
And play position would have won, too.
I think Shane for a 10 ball seems to probably have about the best one. The other guy, of course, who is a break genius, so to speak, is oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Drawing a blank
That's
there.
all right. It's going to be a long day and long
Corey
night.
Jewell. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. You remember when that soft break? Wow.
yeah,
Corey changed the game with that, you know.
he absolutely did. So he's another studier of the break there.
See, now a shot like that, Earl just tried to play that into the side pocket. That's the costly shots that can cost him possibly this match. You know,
It is, but maybe he figures with this big of a lead, he can afford to take a couple of risks and maybe go for some of the things that he might not. He can be a little more offensive.
What is that, a dance? Oh. We got Julie Har and her husband in the back here, Jimmy, and Julie's bouncing around and dancing. I thought I had her up on the camera. I was going to put her right up there. Whoa. How come?
I guess he was playing the safe there.
He sure was, 100%.
Well, Earl's got lots of rail to come off. He may even try to come off rail and make this ball.
He's a shooter.
There you go.
He definitely wants to make it.
And he's going to be able to hold off of the 8 and the 7 there for this 2 on the side, and that should give him a shot on the 3.
Well, there's a lot to calculate here, right? Where is he going to shoot the 3? Into the same side pocket? Or is the 8 going to nudge it? Yeah, there's a lot to calculate. It's tough now. If it's makeable, you might see him fire at it.
I think he's going to try for the cut in the corner and go the short rail, get some right English on that for coming back to the other rail, and then out for the 4. Oh no, he's drawing straight down. Wow, what a shot!
He made that look a lot easier than what we actually saw. Doesn't he throw you out of rhythm a little bit?
That was not an easy shot.
Not at all. And now it's cue ball.
Perfect
on a
line,
string.
yeah.
Now it's cue ball on a string. Earl's on the hill.
And this is looking good for him. This is a pretty open table.
Guys, if this match should end with this run out by, well, not a run out, but the rest of these balls being ran out by Earl, we'll switch over to Frankie Hernandez and Sean Wilkie on the opposite table.
Oh, he overran that a bit. Wow. Got lively on him. I think he's still okay. He's got lots of angle. And he's back in line again.
You know, he gets upset at himself. Like I said, he's a perfectionist. But he gets up there and swings and makes the ball. Cue ball on a string. Zip. The pearl.
And he's going to be tight on that rail. There you go.
Earl Strickland defeats Thorsten Hohmann by a score of 10-3. What Thorsten just moving over to the B side of the chart. We want to thank Dave Parker. Am I right?
Harding.
Dave Harding.
But I've been
It's
called
Dave
worse.
Parker's brother. We want to thank Dave for sitting in. Hey, you know something? The door is always open. Anytime you want to come in and commentate, you come in and commentate.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure, and I'm here all week, so hopefully I'll be able to come by and sit down with you again. I'd love to do it.
You got to get back to work, right? You're working with John, or?
Well, you know,
Oh, yeah, well, okay. Whatever the case may be, Earl Strickland defeats. We're just going to end this recording real quick. Thanks, Dave. Really
absolutely. Thank
appreciate
you.
it.